really great skill to have. It will help you to choose products in the supermarket that are healthier options, all right? I will point out that you never compare like bread with a packet of biscuits. They're a completely different food, all right? You'd use it to compare a bread with a bread, a milk with a milk, a packet of Bickies with a different packet of Bickies, all right? It's about comparison of like, all right? Now, everyone's familiar with what a nutrition information label looks like. Yeah, we've all seen them, all right? So there's a few things that we want to focus on, okay? The most important things are your fats, particularly your saturated fats. So we talked about bumping cholesterol up, that's really important. We want to look at fibre, because dietary fibre is really, really important for a healthy gut. We want to look at sugars, all right? Too much sugar is not great. It can lead to inflammation, it can lead to extra calories, obviously extra body weight that we don't want necessarily. And then we've got salt or sodium, okay? And that has its implications for heart disease risk, blood pressure, those types of things, all right? They're the main things that we're going to focus on, all right? And like I said, I'll give you a handout which will tell you everything. With our fats, generally for total fat, all right, we always use, sorry, before I go any further, the per 100 gram column. Every food label will have a per 100 gram column for you to look at. And so that makes it very easy to compare one product with another because they've all got the same. Serving sizes are different amongst different manufacturers, different products, all right? So with total fat, no more generally than 10 grams per 100, all right? So over here, you'd want no more than 10 grams of fat, all right? Saturated fats, no more than, oh, they're saying 3. It's actually 2. I'm going to put 2, not 3, of saturated fats. All right, because they're the ones that increase the cholesterol, increasing that risk of heart disease and stroke. All right. Dietary fibre, we want, and again, look, they've got 3. This is not right. At least 5. I was taught 7 grams of dietary fibre per 100 grams. All right. Alrighty, sugars. With sugars, we want 15 grams or less per 100 grams of sugar. The exception with that is if you have a high fibre cereal or a cereal and fruit is within the first 3 ingredients, then we can go up to 20 grams of sugar because fruit are obviously natural sugars, okay? But if sugar is in the first 3 ingredients, it's not a great option, okay? With salt, we want less than 400 milligrams per 100, which will give you moderate salt intake, but even better is less than 120 milligrams per 100, and that's low salt. You are never going to find a bread that's low salt. I'll just put it out there, but that doesn't mean bread's not healthy. Bread requires sodium bicarbonate, okay, baking powder or, bicarb soda for a rising agent. Okay, it needs to have salt in it. So for that, stick with the 400. All right, but there are things that you can buy that the lower the salt, the better. All right, so things like your tinned vegetables, for example, you'd want to try and get 120 or less. All right. So yeah, there's always little exceptions to rules. All right. With fats, for example, an exception would be nuts and seeds, extra virgin olive oil. They're going to have more than 10 grams of fat per 100. They are 100% fat. That's what they are, all right? It's an exception. It doesn't mean it's not a healthy food, all right? But it's just an exception to the general rule, all right? But they're the main